Let me tell y'all about how we drove on the rim. I've been through a lot with my car, but this was ridiculous.
It all started on a Sunday.
Wait, not just any Sunday. This was Valentine's Day. So of course, all the lovebirds want to spend time together on that particular day. Now, when it comes to me and my plans, I will go through hell and high water, blood, sweat, and tears to get my plans on point. At the church that morning, the evening comes. I go home, freshen up, get dressed, get cute. I hop in the car and I'm out. I leave my house around 5-ish. The plan was to get to the restaurant at least 7 o'clock. So I called my boo up, letting him know I'm on the way. At the time, our bridge in my small town was under reconstruction, but yet it was still drivable. I'm paying attention so much to his voice, it took my mind off the road. While I'm driving and on the phone with him, I ran onto the most deep-o pothole ever.
My car just started bouncing like the lowriders all the dope boys used to drive in the hood movies. I'm on the phone like, babe, you heard it? He talking about something. No. I was like, oh my God, I think I just bust my tire. So next thing you know, I pulled over on the side and hobby doggone, that's what happened.
Luckily, I was only 7 minutes away from my house. Now, my pawpaw, he's a mechanic, so whenever my car gets sick, that's who I call on. Here comes pawpaw, who lives 3 minutes from my house, but he didn't come till after 20 minutes. He replaces my split up tire with my donut tire, and after he finished, he asked, I hope you ain't going nowhere far. Where you going? I was going to Matthews, which is like 50 minutes away from my house, but instead I decided to say Charlotte, which is no better. He goes, Charlotte? That donut tire can't make it up there now. I'm lying, talking about, it did before. He kept telling me before I left, don't drive all the way out there. You're not gonna make it. Better go to Applebee's. Like I'm cheap or something. So I'm like, okay, Pawpaw.
I told y'all I don't play about my plans. But the story don't stop there though. This just the beginning.
I get to Bae's house, let him drive, duh. And we get on the road. Get to the restaurant about 8. We eat, we laugh, we make videos, we took pictures, we just had a good old time. We leave the restaurant, walking back to the car. My boyfriend starts laughing, looking at my wheel from a distance, talking about some, how your donut tire look flat. I'm laughing too because at the time I'm thinking he trying to be funny. So he goes to put his foot on the tire and put pressure on it just to see if it was really flat. He says, oh nah, we straight. Pulling out the parking lot. As soon as we pulled off on the exit, my boyfriend goes, shh, you hear that? I'm like, no, hear what? Bruh, you mean to tell me you don't hear that? I said, no, man. He pulls on the side of the exit, gets out the car, looking directly at the tire that was having issues in the beginning. He looks at it and he just starts getting dramatic. The thing about my boyfriend, he likes to play a lot, so I can't never take him seriously. So at the time, I'm thinking he playing games on me.
I'm smiling at him like, man, get your tail back in the car. Quit playing. He looks at me and says, I'm not playing. Why would I be playing about this?
So then I gets out the car and hobby doggone, the donut tire is going flat. We both get back in the car and I'm looking like,
what now? Where we going? He says we have to go find a nearby gas station so we can put air back in the tire. We driving, panicking low key, found the exit, get off that, and now we're in a city, but we're still 50 minutes away from home.
We found a gas station, drove right up to the air pump, all crooked, paid $1.50 just for that tire to get flatter. While Bae's still pumping, he suggests I call my pawpaw. Oh my Lord. I call him, tell him where we were, and he goes, didn't I tell you not to go up there? You're being hard-headed. I said, I thought I could make it. Now, my pawpaw has the tow truck business, but he tells me to call my mom to tell her to come get us. Now, me knowing my mom, that was out the question because that wasn't going to happen. But I called her anyway. And just like I thought, she told me to call him because he has a tow trip business so he could come get us. So then I call my pawpaw back. He tells me he has an extra tire that I can put on my car. She just had to come get it and come bring it to us. Long story short, because they both were making me highly upset. I noticed the whole time me and Bae was trying to pump air in the tire, the worker in the store kept looking back and forth at us throughout the store window. So being a nice person that I am, I'm waving at him, smiling or whatever, and I ain't getting none of that back. He just looked at me all crazy. Me and my boyfriend decided to drive away from the air pump and the gas pump and park right beside the street light, which was still in the gas station premises. So now we're like, I want to say 600 feet away from the store. We couldn't go nowhere. All we could do was wait until we get a call back from somebody. It's going on 9:45. Been there almost an hour waiting on a freaking phone call. I look up. Here comes the worker walking towards our car. He had his chill face on, but he walked up to us with an attitude.
Now, white people, I love y'all, but this one here, this one was really pushing it.
He goes on the side where my boyfriend was, the driver's side. And before my boyfriend could even wind down the window, this guy goes, y'all have 5 minutes to leave or else I'm calling the police. My boyfriend is like, but we 5 minutes.
Okay. Hold up.
Me and my boyfriend are beyond crazy. We tend not to care what we say or do when we get mad. Now this guy walks away from our car back to the store. We turn our head like the Matrix, like,
who the hell do you think he is?
Me and Bae were actually playing it cool. Me and him started chatting like, dang, bruh really tried to play us just now. I never been through no situation like this. So I'm like,
I wonder if he gonna call the cops for real.
Now my boyfriend hates the freaking police. He says, I hope he do. So I'm like, okay then, with your bad self. Meanwhile, it's a car out front that's been there the exact same time as we have. Tell me why the same worker comes out of the store, goes to their vehicle, started chatting with them, laughing with them, just having him a good old time. Yet he still kept glancing back at me and my boyfriend. Me and my boyfriend looked at each other. We looked at this guy and we like, man, I beat his tail, bruh.
At this point, we knew it had to be about race.
After having fun with his culture for about 15 minutes, he goes back in the store and continues peeping back at us every 30 seconds. Now it's going on 2 hours. Our people already made up their mind that they weren't about to come get us. It's freezing outside. May I add, it was supposed to start snowing early that morning around 2 or 3 o'clock. It's 10:30. We really needed to get home. It's just us at the gas station. The worker comes outside with the phone in his hand, glancing back at us, wanting attention, acting like he picking up trash.
Litter boy.
He goes back in the store and then I realized I had to pee. So Bae was like, well, you can go ahead and pee, but you better not say to him, bro. I don't care if he say, hey, none of that. You better not say to him. I said, Bae, I know he's the enemy. I know. I went inside, used it, didn't flush the toilet, didn't care. You want to be petty? I can be petty too. Went back to the car. It's 11 o'clock. At this point, I'm calling tow trucks companies because I'm really trying to go home. But of course, they all were either closed or wanted to charge up to $300.
I gave up.
Then here comes this bum again approaching my car, asking rudely, do you guys need a phone or something? My boyfriend goes, like I was trying to tell you earlier, we waiting on a ride. We got this situation with the tire, so we can't go nowhere. After saying that, we thinking now maybe he understands. Believe me when I tell y'all that this nigga says, well, you have 5 minutes to leave or else I'm calling the police. So they like, okay, you already said that. He's like, I'm going to call him. Bae goes, well, there they go, bro. I kid you not, y'all. The police slammed bro the freak by. And tell me why, when they rolled by, he tried to get their attention.
And he was literally like, hey, hey.
The junk was so funny because he was looking so stupid. Me and my boyfriend literally bust out laughing in front of him, giving no freaks, bruh. Without dialing numbers, the worker put the phone to his ear, looking beyond childish. He goes back in the store. An hour passed. It's going on 12 o'clock. I'm on my phone, so something I should have been did, I decided to do it then. I look on my Geico app to see if I had roadside assistance. In the middle of me talking to my agent on the phone, here comes 2 police cars pulling up beside us. They approached my boyfriend's side, asking questions, checking the license plate as usual. The cop asked my boyfriend who I was on the phone with because I had my agent on speaker. So now it's making it more realistic that the cops knew, like, dang, they really out here stranded. The police had asked Bae what happened, and my boyfriend basically told him that the worker kept coming outside harassing us. And then the police added, well, did he even ask what was going on or what was wrong with y'all's situation? And my boyfriend was like, no, he didn't give us a chance to speak at all. So then that's when the police was like, we'll be right back. The police walks to the store, goes inside, comes back out and was like, we took care of that. Y'all don't have to worry about him anymore. You guys be safe. We're going home.
And when he said that, I started getting emotional. Like, there is a God.
The cops pulled off, and the white guy from the store, the worker, we noticed he ain't look back at us no more. He ain't come outside no more. He ain't do nothing. So now it's like, babe, we won. I'm thinking since the policemen were white, the worker must thought that the police were going to be on his side, but they weren't. I almost wanted to go in the store and be like,
so, tell me how you feel. Huh?
Back to the rim. Me and my boyfriend is still at the gas station stranded with no extra tire to get on the road. Now, remind you, it is Valentine's Day, so every hotel room is booked and their rate has gone up. Me personally was not trying to get no room that night, but we decided that was the right thing to do. So now we're on Google searching for cheap hotels, $80 and under. We discovered that all of the cheap hotels were like 20 minutes away. So it was either pay $170 for this hotel that was nearby or take this 20-minute drive and save money. We took that 20 minutes drive and saved money. But wait, a ride that took only 20 minutes to get there took us a whole freaking hour. And I'm gonna tell you why. We get on the interstate, we driving on the furthest right side of the road as possible in case we needed to pull over. We still on the flat donut, y'all, looking out for cops because you know you can get stopped for that. The tire was making so much noise to the point it was aggravating us and irritating our ears. Like when I say loud, it was like a loud vibrating noise, like it was getting on our nerves so bad to the point my boyfriend just gripped the steering wheel and yelled out so loud, "Shut the F up!" Yo, as soon as he said that, the car went whoosh, boom, 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 boom. The car had got mad, y'all, and it got mad on time too, because what do you know? Here come 12 coming by off the exit right beside us, and I kid you not, y'all, sparks was literally flying from the rim.
Me and my boyfriend looked at each other. We looked at the cops. Them mugs that kept driving. We was like, nobody but God. He knew what we was going through. It's 1-something in the morning and we driving on the interstate on the mother-loving rim, y'all.
Long story short, we kept pulling over to the side because it was dark. Traffic kept coming through. All you seen was headlights. We couldn't tell if it was the cops or not. And the funny part to me was while we was taking this hour drive, it was 2 other cars on the side of the road. And the guy was in front of the first car with the hood popped open. As soon as we come struggling along with our wheel making all types of crazy noises, the guy got the hood up and all you could hear was as the guy had his hand up on the hood. He slowly turned around with his mouth wide open like this. He looking at us like he couldn't believe what he saw. Like, dang, y'all sure y'all don't need to pull over too? We kept driving though, and we did take one last break, which lasted for like 10 minutes. And then we waited till the road was clear before we got back on the interstate. But we did get to the hotel room, thank God. And managed to wait until the next morning to get a real wheel.
I will never forget Valentine's Day 2016.
Moral of the story, if you come across a racist worker, try to get them fired like we did. And last but not least, please guys, from experience, do not drive on the rim. If you have a flat tire, just walk home. I hope you guys got a laugh from this, and if not a laugh, maybe a lesson. And I thank you guys for watching. Bye guys.